Sleep never came. Even when I stretched out on the bed, sheets soft, city quiet beneath the glass walls, my mind refused to obey. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw her. Not in the ways I usually saw women on their knees, lips parted, begging for mercy. No, Isabella appeared in my head standing tall, chin tilted, eyes burning with fury she wore like a crown. I hated her for it, and yet I woke before dawn with a decision already carved into my bones. If she wanted to play games, I would set the rules. By the time the sun dragged itself across the horizon, my men had already carried out my orders. I dressed sharp, the way I always did, black tailored suit, tie knotted with precision, watch gleaming against my wrist. Presentation wasn't vanity, it was a weapon. A man who looked untouchable was harder to kill. Bring her to me, I said as Marco stepped into the room. He frowned but didn't argue. Smart he'd learned when silence was the safest choice. Hours later, Isabella Romano stood in front of me, again this time in my office, not the library. The difference was deliberate. The library was for intellect, for quiet conversations dressed as threats. But my office, that was the throne room. Every inch of it designed to remind anyone who entered that they were standing on enemy territory. She walked in with her shoulders stiff, her chin raised. No falter in her step, no fear in her eyes. The defiance was almost laughable. Almost admirable. Dante, she said evenly, like my name was just that letter's sound, not the weight of power, not the name whispered in fear through alleys and boardrooms alike. Isabella? I leaned back in my chair, steepling my fingers. You've been asking questions? Her eyes flickered just slightly, but she didn't deny it. Maybe I have. Is that a crime now? Curiosity, I said slowly, is a beautiful thing. Until it gets you killed. She crossed her arms, then kill me. The words hung in the air, sharper than any blade. Marco, standing to my right, shifted uneasily, but my gaze never left hers. You think I won't? I think, she said, her voice steady despite the tremor in her hand. If you were going to kill me, you would have done it already. In the library, or the moment I insulted you. I smiled, not kindly. So you believe I'm merciful? No, she whispered. I believe you're intrigued, and that terrifies you more than anything else. For a moment, silence wrapped the room. She had no idea how close she was to truth. Too close. I stood, slow and deliberate, letting my shadow fall across her. Careful, Bella. You mistake tolerance for weakness. She lifted her chin higher, forcing herself not to step back. Brave, stupid, both. I don't mistake anything, she said. I reached out, brushing a strand of hair from her cheek. She flinched just slightly, but she didn't move away. My hand lingered, hovering, a threat wrapped in tenderness. You've got spirit, I murmured. That's dangerous in this world. Men like me, we don't cherish spirit, we crush it. Her breath caught, but her words cut back quick. Then why haven't you crushed mine? My jaw tightened. She didn't realize she was walking a blade's edge, and I was the one holding it. Maybe I want to see how long it lasts, I said. Her eyes flashed. Maybe you're afraid it'll outlast you. The audacity. I laughed. Really laughed this time. Sharp and dark, the kind of sound that unsettled men twice her size. You're either going to be my greatest amusement, or my greatest mistake. She didn't blink. I'll make sure it's the latter. The challenge lit something in me I hadn't felt in years. Not desire, not anger, something worse, a hunger for chaos, for the unpredictability she carried in her veins. I leaned in, lips near her ear. Then let's see who burns first. Her breath trembled, but she didn't step back. And that was when I knew this was no longer just a game. It was war, and I never lost wars.